this canvas, you're the creator. Anything that you want, you can build here. This is your world.
Oh, love those happy little trees and that happy little squirrel. That soothing voice, the easy brush strokes. It's time to dust off your paintbrushes and get to work with Bob Ross. His iconic PBS television show, The Joy of Painting, inspired a generation to get creative. It's been 25 years since Bob Ross died. Now there are new fans that manage to discover him every year. Joining us from the Bob Ross headquarters in Herndon, Virginia, is Joan Kowalski, who looks after Bob Ross's treasured paintings. Joan, thank you so much for being with us. I understand there is a new way that we can appreciate Bob in 2020.
There is a new way. You can go to Tubi TV, and all the Bob Ross episodes will be on there. They've started uploading about a third of them now, and they'll kind of roll in the rest. You'll get every Bob Ross episode for free by just going to that app. You can put it on your phone, on your Kindle, on your laptop, and Bob Ross 24/7. What could be better?
Exactly. He was on public television for quite a long time, wasn't he, Joan?
And then we give him his own.
He was. He loved public television. I think he thought that was the way to talk to people directly, and he loved public television system.
Yeah, and he was not only an excellent artist, but he really loved teaching people, didn't he?
He did. That was really his obsession, was not so much the finished paintings that he was doing, but the process of getting to it and the process of showing people who had never painted before to be able to do it. That was his thing, was having other people put paintings that they've created on their walls.
And so many viewers just absolutely loved him, whether they were an artist or not. He kind of went beyond art and painting and was able to reach an audience that may not have been interested in art, but interested in him.
Well, absolutely. We think that most people that watched are not painting, but they just want Bob Ross. He signifies quiet, gentle, confident, and this is just pretty much what everybody is looking for right around now with the pandemic and so forth, having to stay at home. In fact, we've seen a really heightened awareness of Bob Ross in the last 3 months. Most people are not painting, but he found a way to make you still want to watch and still just love the process. And the words he uses, the form of the brush and the paint, everything, the sound of the brush against the canvas, people sleep to that. Everything about it, and it wasn't really a happy accident. Bob knew what he was doing.
Yeah, I guess some of the viewers, particularly myself, we don't know a lot of personal information about Bob. We know that he has a lot of curly hair. Did he always have curly hair?
He did not always have curly hair. In fact, there are a couple pictures going around the internet of Bob with straight hair parted on the side, and you will actually not want to look away. It's pretty remarkable.
Wow. Yeah. Okay. So on the new streaming service, these are the hundreds of episodes repeated that were on public television, right?
Very basic, simple little mountain.
That's right. One thing Bob left us was an incredible treasure of hundreds and hundreds of half-hour episodes that we're able to watch. They're as time significant as they were 35 years ago. You go to Tubi TV. You can download that app on any of your devices, on your laptop, and just watch. I think a third of them have been uploaded so far today, and they'll roll in the rest, and soon enough you're going to have all Bob Ross.
Boy, Joan, those moments of joy are certainly more needed today, I think, than ever, and it's good that we have preserved certainly his videotapes and his memory and his paintings. And that's Joan Kowalski, president of Bob Ross Incorporated. You can go to tubi.com, for streaming the joy of painting.